If you enjoyed this program, please like and subscribe. Rashi is the prop. The Septuagint is their prop. These are props. This is the stuff magicians use in order. The Talmud is a prop. They don't believe in it. Why are you quoting it?
All right, caller, you're live on the air. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Jeffrey from Ohio.
Go ahead, Jeffrey.
My question is that, my dad is trying to use Rashi's commentary on Daniel 7:13 to say that the Messiah is God because he gets everlasting kingship and glory, correlating it with worship, which I know it doesn't say.
Let me ask you a question. I have you on. Why don't you look? First, he's your dad, so you should be respectful. Please be respectful to your dad. But if God gives the Messiah authority, that's in Daniel 7, verse 14, that means he didn't have it, and God had to give it to him. So that shows you that he's not God, or else why do you have, no one has to give God anything. He has everything. Isn't that obvious, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, I mean, just very simple. Now, it says there that all nations will serve him, which is another proof that Jesus is not the Messiah, because all nations don't serve Jesus. A whole bunch of nations that don't serve Jesus. So it didn't happen. So if you could there be a greater proof? Stay with me for a second. Is there a greater proof that Jesus is not the Messiah? All nations don't serve him. Yiflechun. So yiflechun means to serve. Yiflechun is an Aramaic word because Daniel 7 is in Aramaic. So it means to serve. It could be serving God, or it could be serving when Jacob served Lavan. In the Targum, it says the same Aramaic word, falach. So the word just means to serve. So, but if God is giving him something, that means he didn't possess it. If he didn't possess it, then he's not God, because what doesn't God possess? I mean, use your head. Use your head, sweetheart. Don't be afraid of these things. Don't be afraid. You know, when you're telling the truth, you don't have to be afraid. When you're going through customs, immigration, and the passport is yours, not somebody else's, if a police officer, you show him a driver's license, so it's not a pleasant thing, but you're not worried. They're going to say, you're not worried because it's your driver's license, right? So when you're telling the truth, when you're defending the God of Israel, you don't have this issue. Anyways, thank you for your question, you sweet man. So when Rashi, I don't know how Rashi helps anything, because Daniel 7 is talking about the Messiah. I covered this in a recent video. I've covered this in many videos. So why do they keep Rashi? Do they believe that this 11th century rabbi was vested with the authority of Scripture? They don't believe that. So why are you quoting it? Why would you need that? What difference does it make what Rashi says? And this is what happens. Christians quote things that they say they don't believe in. If you don't believe in it, that means it's a prop. You know what a prop is? In a magic show, a prop is used by the magician in order to deflect and misdirect or hide something from the audience. And when a magician saws a lady in half, what does he do? He puts her in what? He puts her in a box. Why does he need a box? Well, just saw her in half. He needs the box. That's the prop. Rashi is the prop. The Septuagint is their prop. These are props. This is the stuff magicians use in order. The Talmud is a prop. They don't believe in it. Why are you quoting it? Okay. Daniel chapter 7, verse 13 and 14, it is one like a son of man coming with the clouds of heaven to the Ancient of Days, that's God. And God in turn gives the Mashiach all these things, that all nations will serve him. Then they play this game that the word serve only means worship. It's fake. It's sheker v'chazov. And how do they get away with it? Let me explain how they get away with it. How do they get away with that the word falach or falchun, how do they get away that this word, it's Aramaic, it's not Hebrew, because there's not that much Aramaic in Tanakh. There's not that much. So therefore, the word means serve. For instance, on a Jewish marriage contract, a man a groom promises his wife that he will serve her. It's the same exact word. A Jewish marriage contract called the ketubah is written in Aramaic. Does that mean he's going to worship her, that she's a god? Crazy, crazy. Now, you have to be ready for this. You just won't know, because it's just distraction, deflection. So if you look up that Aramaic word in Tanakh, how much Aramaic is there in Tanakh? You have a sizable amount of it in Daniel, a sizable amount of it in Ezra, and you got a few words here and then that's the end of it. Very little. So when that word is used, they argue it's always used as worshiping God. All right, listen carefully. Or else you're going to be scammed. Or else you're going to be scammed. Scammed. It's not correct. And we have many, 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 many targums. For instance, Genesis 29 says Jacob served Lavan. It doesn't mean, in the targum, it's the same word. Doesn't mean he worshipped Lavan. It's all crazy stuff. So they try to bring a proof that the word serve in Aramaic can only mean worship. And that means all nations will worship the Messiah as God. There's no proof. Stupid. Dumb. Moreover, you could show that this Aramaic word is used all over the Targums, where it's definitely not talking about worship. Definitely not. And they ignore that. That's all it is. It's sleight of hand. That's what it is. It's deflection. It's look here, and while the magic show is going on down there. That's what's going on. Moreover, it says that God gave to the Mashiach all these things. So that means he didn't have it. That means he can't be God. And finally, and most importantly, I'll grant you it all. All the world doesn't serve him. Openly in Zechariah chapter 9 verse 10 says all nations will serve him, one end of the world from river to the end of the sea. It didn't happen. Could there be a bigger proof that Jesus is not the Messiah than this very passage that people are quoting Rashi on suddenly? Thank you so much for your question. If you enjoyed this program, please like and subscribe.
אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נעשה בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא